Welcome back to My Wild Adventures, and today's video I'm going to be reviewing another drone. Yes, it is the Ameta S50 Lite. The S50 Lite is a beginner's GPS drone. I'm going to be figuring out what that means and why this is a beginner drone other than the price. Stick around to see me fly the drone and also see if the GPS actually works, and make sure you check the video out at the end to see the actual footage that you get from the 4K camera. So the drone does apparently have a 4K camera, as you can see on the box there, and also it has GPS positioning system, extended flight time, and it's beginner friendly. I don't know what that means. We'll find out later on when we fly it. In the box there is the drone, the remote, batteries, storage bag, quick guide, USB cable, spare propellers, a screwdriver and some screws as well to replace the propellers. Let's give it an unboxing and see what you get in the box. Before we begin, the drone costs £150 on Amazon roughly, so I've seen it for 150, I've seen it 140. Currently it's £159 on Amazon. On the Ameta website they charge £250. Whether or not you're ever going to pay that is another matter. So let's quickly unbox the drone and see what it looks like inside. It comes in a nice big protective bag there, which is always good. So let's go through what actually comes with said drone. So let's unzip the bag. There we go. And in there we've got, presumably, that's the remote control. There we go. That's quite plasticky, as to be expected for a cheaper drone. So there's the handles out, nice and easy, and there's the antennas. There we go. So that's the remote control. Power it on. Hold down the button. So funnily enough, it does power itself, and you can charge it. There's a USB port on it, so if you just flip that over and the phone goes in the top there, so that kind of extends. But at the same time, so you can charge it, but at the same time it does also take AAA batteries, so I can't really work that out. You can do both, presumably. You can charge it and you can also put AAA batteries in it. If anyone knows why that is, or anyone ever seen anything like that before, then just let me know, because I'm a bit confused. This is the drone itself. There we go. So that's the Ameta. So it's a nice enough looking drone. It doesn't look too different to, you know, something like a DJI or a Potensic. They all very much look the same, I think. Drones nowadays, they're all designed in a similar way. But that's the Ameta branding on it there, so you can see it's branded well. S50, 249 grams. Nice thing about this one is it has the protective front there, so you can take that off, and that's where the camera is. Give you a good look at the camera. So it says 4K, seems decent enough, seems well fixed. There's no gimbal on it. It's just literally a camera, so there will be some shake on that and it won't be very level, but that's just to be expected on a drone like this. Let's take the legs out. Just looks like any other drone, but obviously the branding is there. Branding is on point, and there we go. That's where the battery goes and the SD card as well. Okay, so it's a nicely made drone. It feels really light. It doesn't feel too cheap in terms of the plastic it's made of, but they all tend to feel a little bit cheaper because it's got to be really light sort of microplastic, because it's got to be under 249 grams for the sort of average consumer. Okay, 4K. Apparently it's got f2.2 aperture. Whether it's true 4K we'll find out later on. Okay, what else is in the bag? So we get two batteries. So this is one of them, and they just slot in the back of the drone. So they just slot just like any other drone. That will just slot into there, and then we turn it on by holding it, and it gives us 4 lights, and then you can hear the distinct sound of the drone there powering up, and you can see the lights flashing. Nice impressive lights on it, to be honest, for a, you know, a cheaper drone. It's quite nice to see. Yeah, and on the reverse you've got a big green and red flashing light. Obviously it's not connected to anything at the moment, so we'll take that out in a bit and fly it and see what it looks like. So I'll turn that off again for now. What else have we got? So we got another battery. That's a second battery. We've got the instruction manual. There we go. And then in the top there we've got the USB charging cable, and we've got some spare. I won't get them out. There's spare propellers in case you damage the propellers on the drone. And then you've also got a screwdriver, which I kind of like. They come in really handy, those little screwdrivers, actually, especially at Christmas time when you've got kids and you've got to unscrew all the battery things for your kids' toys. It's pretty good.
I quite like it. But also quite nice that they provide that, because you could be stuck, you know, you could be out and having to change your propellers, and you've got a screwdriver already in your pack there, and the USB charger cable. And that is pretty much everything.
So you do get a lot in the pack for what you're actually paying for it. So it's £159 on Amazon at the moment. It's a well-made drone, as you can see. It's really sort of constructed well. The arms feel nice and sturdy. They click into place. Propellers seem just about the same as what you get on a DJI. And there's such a whole sturdiness of it, feels fine as well. So all we need to do now is figure out whether it actually flies and how good it is when you fly it. And also, more importantly, in my opinion, is how good the actual camera is on it. Is it really 4K? So let's find out in the field.
Okay, we're out in the field and we're testing the Ameta S50 Lite. And I'm just going to fly it around a little bit. It isn't the best day, a little bit windy. So we're not going to fly it too high or too far, but we're just going to test if this actually flies well, how good the camera is. And also, we're going to test the return to home function as well. So let's get it in flight. Let's hit record, I always forget to record. Slide to the front. Off it goes. There we go, you can see there. It's just hovering, a bit windy, but it's taking off straight away. Okay, we're going to take it on a little flight. It's drifting up a little bit, but I think it's because of the wind, so I'm not going to go too high with it today. I'm just going to test the speed and see how well it does in flight. Okay, let's go. There it goes, nice and fast. There we go, there's the camera quality. It's doing alright in the wind. It's not too bad at all. You can see there's the camera quality there. Just trying to figure out how. Yeah, there we go. So it's not obviously got a gimbal on it, so it's going to tilt a bit in the air. But there you can see, go nice and high up with it. That's probably as far as I can go. It's not doing too badly in the wind there, to be fair. But that's the kind of camera quality you can expect on it. It is windy and it's not the brightest at the moment. It's quite a dim evening, so. Okay, tell me to come back because I'm in beginner mode. So I'm going to keep it in that beginner mode because I don't really want to go too high with it in the wind. But there you can see, it's a bit shaky, but it's certainly decent enough for a budget sort of beginner drone. You can see way over the town there, that's the town of Prescott. So you can see over the town of Prescott there, there's the church. I'm going to consider it's got no gimbal on it. It's not the shakiest of cameras, I've got to admit it. It's not half bad. Let's just fly it forward a little bit. Oh, that's the maximum distance, so let's bring it down. See how it looks when you come down with it. Okay, there we go. Let's fly it forward a little bit. It does tilt down quite a bit when you fly with it. There we are. Let's fly it towards us. There we go. It flies pretty well, considering it's what you might call a beginner sort of budget drone. It's not bad at all. It's flying. It's responding quite well. Let's go for a fast flight. There we go. And it's stopping now because its maximum distance reached. Let's turn back around and fly back to us quite quickly. See how quickly it stops. Yeah, it stops pretty much straight away, so that's not bad at all. Okay, let's give it a little height. Okay, so I'm just seeing above the town there. It does dip down when you're flying, but that could be expected when you don't have a gimbal on it. And it's only a budget drone, so you can't expect incredible features at this flight. But having said that, it does have GPS return to home, so let's see if that works. Let's see how accurate it is. Okay, so let's see where it is. Once the drone will return to its takeoff location and ensure there's no objects around the location. So let's slide that to see if it comes back to us. There we go. And the drone is indeed coming back to us now. Like it is landing. come back. There we go. I'll land it very slowly, but there we go. Come down. Keep it back. There we go. So I took off from about where the bag is there, and it's landed there, so that's really not bad. How are we doing for battery? Okay, so battery wise, the remote controller seems to be fine, and there's 3 bars on the drone itself. Okay, and let's bring her back down for a nice safe landing. I'm just landing that myself. There you can see, I can bring it back up again if I want. So that's the actual controller. Actually, it's quite a cheapy plasticky controller, but that's to be expected. But the controls on it are as you would get on any drone. Just nearly hit me in the face there when I was bringing it down. As you can see, the controls are up, down. You've got left, right, there, and obviously a bunch of other functions as well. Nice controller, fits my phone perfectly fine, and it works. It's very responsive. And as you can see, here's the drone just hovering in flight there, ready for a big takeoff and flight. The Ameta S50 Lite, everybody, with 4K camera. Solid little drone. Okay, so that concludes the little flight time we've had with it. It is a bit of a windy day, so I don't want to take it too far, but the drone flies, the camera looks okay. I'll be more certain of that when I get back to the office and have a look at the footage that's come out of it, but it looks okay. It's a bit shaky as to be expected. There's no gimbal on it, and it doesn't obviously lay horizontally perfectly. It doesn't stay level effectively, but no drone without a gimbal on does, and you wouldn't get a gimbal on a drone for this price range. Well, there you can see, just flying, perfectly stable, even in the wind. Really nice drone for the price. Highly recommended.
So as you can see by the field flights that I just conducted there with the Ameta S50 Lite, it's pretty good. For a cheapish, sort of more on the budget end drone, it's not bad at all. It flies not too dissimilar to, you know, I'll probably get shouted at for this in the comments, so forgive me if you do disagree with me, put it down below. It doesn't fly that much different to a DJI, one of the cheaper versions of the DJI. It's okay, it flies well. It's well made, it turns when it's supposed to turn, it goes up when it's supposed to go up, it goes down when it's supposed to go down. And more importantly, when you stop, it stops pretty much straight away. The braking system on it is really good for a sort of lower budget drone. The GPS works on it, so it had return to home on it, which you normally find on a more expensive drone from DJI or from even Pretendix versions of DJI's drones. When you use the return to home function on it, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It returns to home. It didn't land in exactly the same position as maybe I would have liked it to have done. It landed on the grass, for example, as you can see in the video, when I wanted it to land on the concrete, but the return to home function worked, and the return to home function is kind of like, it's a safety feature, but it's also a way for the drone to come back to you if anything goes wrong as well. So it's nice to know that it does work and it comes back to the position where you want it to be. It might not go to the exact position, but it does work. And for a budget sort of beginner drone, this is not half bad. Let's look at the camera. Okay, so the camera itself, you know, it does state that it's 4K. These, you know, you get all kinds of cameras that state 4K, and I don't know how they are 4K, but I'm not really finding that it is 4K, but I never expected it to be because of the price range. You want a 4K camera, you're going to be spending quite a lot more than what you're spending on this drone. You know, it's £160 on Amazon, for example, and are you going to get a camera included with the drone? The drone flies really well, so clearly a lot of the time's going into the drone so that it flies, takes off well, responds well, and returns to home well as well. I think you're probably not going to be getting 4K in the camera. It says it's 4K. I didn't find that I got 4K from it. However, the camera's good enough. It's not you're not going to buy this drone if you want cinematic footage for your YouTube videos, or you want some really solid footage to use for other things. I find when you buy an item that's on the budget side of things and it has a camera included, the chances of it being as good as, let's say, a DJI pocket camera or a DJI drone camera are going to be slim, because they can spend a bit more money on the camera equipment because it's not a budget drone. I don't think it's bad at all. I think for what you're paying for it, if you're looking for a drone that is, you know, it's comfortable to use, it's easy to fly, and it's easy to set up and operate. This drone does it. £160, and you cannot go wrong. It's £160 for a reason. It's not just a super cheap temu item. There's some weight to it. It flies well. The GPS works. It told me the height, the distance. It told me where the drone was on a little map, as you can see on the app. And also, it was reliable. In terms of the battery, I found that the battery life was as expected. I flew the drone for about 25 minutes, and the battery was on 2 bars, and there's 4 bars in total. That means that the battery should last for up to 50 minutes. It does say 50-minute flight time, and that does seem to check out because I flew it for about 20 to 25 minutes, and the battery was still halfway charged when I finished with the drone. So I think the battery life's as good as they say as well, which is always a good sign. The only thing that I can't figure out is why this is called a beginner drone. I don't really understand. I think it's more because that's the market that we're trying to attract with this drone. I think it's meant to be for people who aren't too serious about getting some cinematic footage, flying it to an insane distance or taking it over the sea. I think it's more attracted to someone who wants to have a bit of fun, maybe do a bit of videography, maybe do a bit of photographing of some nice areas, or you just want to go and see your house on camera or whatever it might be. It's well suited to that. It's not going to get you that cinematic footage that you're looking for if you were doing YouTube footage, but it is a bit of fun. So great little budget drone, really recommend it, and you can't go wrong with it. Don't expect superb results from the camera. Don't expect anything super fancy from the app, but it works just as well as any other drone. Might not be quite as, you know, cutting edge, but then we're not expecting that from a drone within this market or this budget range. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for a sort of budget drone or you look for a Christmas present for your kids, the Ameta S50 Lite. It's not too expensive. It's £160 on Amazon, and it flies well, and it records well, and it takes nice pictures, and I recommend it. Thanks for listening to this review. Hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, please obviously just put them below in the comments. I really appreciate when people comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you get notifications on any more upcoming reviews that I do if you do find them useful. Thanks for checking out this video. Really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.